Welcome to today's Bible study breakdown. In this episode, we're diving into Genesis chapter 5, a powerful yet often overlooked chapter. While it may look like just a genealogy list, there's deep wisdom, prophetic insight, and divine patterns hidden in every verse. Let's go through it verse by verse and discover the lessons God has for us today. Genesis 5 verse 1. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that God created man, in the likeness of God made he him. A reminder of divine origin, man was created in God's image. Lesson: your identity is rooted in God. You are not random, you bear his likeness. Genesis 5 verse 2. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam, in the day when they were created. God created both male and female and gave them a unified identity. Lesson: marriage and unity are part of God's design. You are blessed when you walk in your God-given identity. Genesis 5 verse 3. And Adam lived 130 years, and begat a son in his own likeness, after his image, and called his name Seth. Seth is born in Adam's likeness, showing the generational passing of traits spiritual and physical. Lesson: what you carry spiritually can be passed on. Be intentional about your legacy. Genesis 5 verses 4 to 5. And the days of Adam after he had begotten Seth were 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. Adam lived a long life and had many children. Humanity multiplies. Lesson: life is a gift, and legacy matters. What will you leave behind? Genesis 5 verses 6 to 20. These verses follow a pattern: age of father at birth of son, years lived afterward, and then death. Repetition reveals a cycle: birth, life, offspring, death. Lesson: life is brief compared to eternity. The phrase "and he died" reminds us that all must give account one day. Live with eternity in mind. Seth, verse 6 to 8. Enoch, verse 9 to 11. Kenan, verse 12 to 14. Mahalalel, verse 15 to 17. Jared, verse 18 to 20. Each generation reminds us that God is faithful to preserve lineage, despite sin in the world. Genesis 5 verses 21 to 24, the story of Enoch. And Enoch lived 65 years, and begat Methuselah, and Enoch walked with God. Enoch walked with God, a unique phrase in this genealogy. Lesson: intimacy with God sets you apart. Enoch didn't just live, he walked with God and was taken. He didn't taste death. Do you know, walking with God daily is more valuable than how long you live. Enoch teaches us that God values relationship over rituals. Genesis 5 verses 25 to 27. Methuselah. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. The longest living man in the Bible. Lesson: longevity without godliness isn't the goal. Live well, not just long. Do you know, Jewish tradition holds that Methuselah died the same year the flood came. God delayed judgment while he lived. Genesis 5 verses 28 to 31. Lamech and Noah. And he called his name Noah, saying, "This same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands." Lamech prophesies about Noah, pointing to his role in God's redemptive plan. Lesson: God always raises a deliverer. Noah's name means rest or comfort, a foreshadowing of Jesus. Genesis 5 verse 32. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begat Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The story is shifting. Noah becomes the bridge to the next major event, the flood. Lesson: God prepares his vessels before releasing them. Preparation may take time, but God's timing is perfect. Key lessons from Genesis 5. 1. Life is short, live for God. The repeated "and he died" reminds us that death is the great equalizer. Only what's done for Christ will last. 2. Your walk matters more than your years. Enoch's walk with God shows us that intimacy with God outweighs earthly success or age. 3. Legacy is spiritual as well as biological. Each person listed contributed to the lineage leading to Noah and eventually to Christ. Your decisions affect generations. 4. God is faithful through the generations. Despite the curse of sin in Genesis 3, God preserves a line of hope through faithful men. 5. Prophetic insight can be hidden in names. Scholars believe the meanings of the names in Genesis 5, when strung together, form a gospel message. Thanks for joining today's deep dive into Genesis chapter 5. What seemed like just a genealogy turned out to be a profound chapter filled with legacy, relationship, and destiny. Don't forget you too are part of a greater story God is writing. If you learned something new, hit the like button, subscribe, and share with someone who needs a reminder that they are part of God's eternal plan. Question for my viewers: what stood out to you most about Enoch's life? Let's discuss.